Hey, super excited for today. I'm going to do a deal analysis and a breakdown of the property we just closed last week, where we helped the seller stop her bank auction, paid off her entire bankruptcy, and getting paid about $10,000 to buy a cash flowing property. So I'm super excited about this and hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so we're going to do a deal breakdown of the property we just closed on last week. So I'm going to show you how we ran the numbers, how the numbers work, so it all can make sense for you. All right. So a little bit about this property. So we bought this property from a seller for $130,000. Our renovation budget is about $25,000. And this entire $155,000 was borrowed by a hard money lender. So if you guys don't know what hard money lenders are, they are usually a short-term loan for investors that are on a higher percent interest rate. Okay. So while we are doing this project, we're obviously renovating the project. We are going to eventually rent the property out by lease option, which we'll explain later. And then we're going to refinance this property with a 30-year DSCR loan. Okay, so that's usually for investors. While we're renovating this property and getting it ready for rentals, there's going to be some holding costs, right? Holding costs can be, the interest from the hard money loan, um, taxes, insurance, whatever you may have to come up with, but that is usually the holding costs, right? All in on this property, we are in $158,000. Okay. So if you guys don't already know, this is essentially a BRRRR deal, right? We're going to buy the property, we're going to renovate it, we're going to rent it out, and then we're going to refinance. So how do you buy this property with little to no money down? Well, usually investors, since this property was bought cash and hard money isn't like, an actual mortgage where, you owe debt on it, right? So technically, in the other bank's eyes, this is free and clear. So we have all this equity in this property. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a DSCR 30-year mortgage and we're going to borrow 75% of the equity from this property. All right. Once we renovate this property, we are estimating the after repair value, or ARV, is going to be $210,000 to be conservative. We're going to borrow 75% of this as a 30-year mortgage, right? So I believe 75% of this was $157,500. And this is a 30-year mortgage, okay? So remember what I talked about with hard money. Hard money is a higher interest short-term loan. So when we actually borrow the 75% of the new after repair value, we get $157,500 mortgage. This mortgage will literally pay this back. So that is our goal. We're going to use this 30-year mortgage to pay back the all-in costs, holding costs, renovation costs, everything in one shot. Now, some of you may think, wow, you're $500 short. Yeah, you're right. But if you think about it, I'm literally going to be paying $500 to buy a $210,000 property, right? That is how much money that's going to be coming out of my pocket, right? You could buy a PlayStation 5 with $500. I'm literally buying a property, a cash flowing property. So that's just something to think about, something to keep in your mind as you're doing these type of deals. Okay. Once we pay back the loan, we're going to find a lease option buyer, a tenant buyer. I don't want to go super far into a lease option because I would love to do another video about it specifically. But essentially, we're finding a future buyer that's going to rent the property today. And then they're going to give us a non-refundable option deposit, right, to secure that option. So basically, the short and skinny version of a lease option is someone's going to rent the property and eventually buy it from us. Okay. My company usually does a 5-year lease option, so they have up to 5 years to purchase this. So we're going to get a lease option fee or non-refundable down payment. Usually it's going to be 10 to 15K. Okay. So this is non-refundable. That's a big thing. And remember, they're renting this property. So based off our initial quote, so we got a 7.5% interest rate for our 30-year mortgage, right? So based off $150,000 with taxes and insurance, we are estimating our payment to be $1,300. Average rents in the neighborhood for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath is about $1,700. And that's, we always usually put the tenants and we charge them like market rents. We don't charge them super high because we want them to save money to be able to actually purchase the property like down the road. So we are netting about, $300 to $400 a month as a rental property. And then we're also getting at least $10,000 in our pocket to secure this option. So as you can see, it cost $500 to buy the property based off the cash out refinance. But then we're at, on the conservative side, we get a $10,000 payment, right? So essentially for 90, we get paid $9,500 to buy a cash flowing property, right? The best thing about a lease option is because the tenants have 5 years to buy it, we usually add the natural appreciation to the deal. So in this neighborhood, it appreciates about 3%. So 3% times 5 equals, 15% appreciation, right? So the final purchase price for the tenant buyer will be around $230,000 to $245,000. So we're getting paid $9,500 to purchase this property. We're going to enjoy the cash flow for, X amount of years, and then we're also going to get paid on the other side of it. So that's the deal in a nutshell, and I hope you enjoyed this video and also learned something new about BRRRRs/lease options. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because it would really help my channel, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you on my next video.